Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special edition of our ongoing webinar series focused on meta search. My name is Dean Schmidt. I'm the founder of Basecamp Meta, and today we're going to be talking about TripAdvisor Plus. Now, we know that there's always going to be a shiny new toy coming up out there, and so we're creating these additional chapters to our educational content kind of as bonus material so we can talk about what these mean to your hotel. Now, TripAdvisor Plus, if you're not familiar with it already, is a subscription model that consumers can use where they pay $99 to TripAdvisor per year. And for that, they get special discounts, amenities, upgrades, and other perks that are part of that program. TripAdvisor promotes this in a number of different ways. You see an example here where they talk about saving up to $200 per stay. Well, gee, if I'm saving $200, $99 is nothing. That can easily make up that difference and save more money and get big hotel savings with TripAdvisor Plus. So today what we're going to talk about is what this means for you as a hotel, how you can take advantage of it, because there is some opportunity here, and what are some of the pros and cons that are associated with it so that you can kind of set the table and understanding both sides of that and make the decision for yourself. So with that, let's start by taking a look at how this is displayed on TripAdvisor. Now, this is kind of a small screen and hard to see, but I wanted to fit it all on here for comparison. We'll zoom in on an individual hotel here in just a moment. But this first example comes from an incognito window, meaning that TripAdvisor was not able to track any of my cookies and didn't know who I was. So I searched for hotels in Miami Beach, and this is what I had for the result. You'll see no TripAdvisor Plus banners, rates, anything are coming up on this display. By way of comparison, once I went to an open window where they could track my cookies and searched for hotels in Miami Beach, now I was presented a view that had that banner you see at the bottom, of course, promoting TripAdvisor Plus, but also showing rates using a cross-out format. What I mean by that is they're telling me that here's what the regular rate is for the hotel, and that a lesser rate is available with their special program. Now, this is traditionally how, if we think about brands and their loyalty programs on MetaSearch, this is how they've used that in the past, where they would say, hey, sign up for our loyalty program and you can get a special rate, but I can't tell you what it is until after you've signed up. However, on TripAdvisor, if I sign into TripAdvisor, and I want to make sure I clarify, I'm signing in, not signing up for TripAdvisor Plus. I'm not a member of that program. I've just signed in under my profile. Now, all of a sudden, what I see is the actual rate that I could receive. So TripAdvisor has presented, here's that regular rate. I've crossed it out, and with the annual membership, you can get the lower rate. Now we're going to take a look at an example there. If you see the very first one that's listed, it's actually the second listing. The top one is a sponsored placement. The second listing there, we're going to zoom in and look at more closely. So this is the Cadillac Hotel and Beach Club, an autograph collection hotel. Now, first and foremost, I want to point out that this hotel is ranked 50 of over 240 hotels in Miami Beach. But look at their ratings. They're a good hotel. They've got over 1,000 reviews. Their 4.5-star rating is just a very competitive market, right? So they're not going to get to the top of that list very easily. This is a great opportunity for them. This is the right type of hotel, right location. Consumers are looking for these types of deals. It's a great opportunity. All right, so when I come in my incognito window, it just looks like this. My standard listing, I've got the OTAs, the regular rates, those kind of things. When I go in a public window where they can track my cookies, I am now presented with that cross-out rate that we mentioned earlier. And when I actually sign in to TripAdvisor so that they can see me, now all of a sudden I can see what that rate is. Now, this can be a little bit problematic if you think about it, because again, we have rate parity agreements that are out there with the OTAs and that we need to be aware of. Nobody has fought the battle on this yet because it is a new program. Does this violate rate parity where I still haven't signed up for the program and yet I'm seeing the rates just because I'm signed in? So yeah, it's kind of a fenced rate, but I haven't actually signed up for the program yet. So we'll see how that evolves and how that develops. But in the meantime, keep in mind that whatever rate you are offering on there, it is potentially visible to the user who has not yet enrolled in the program. And so be sensitive to that. It's not like an opaque website like a Hotwire or Priceline where they can't see it until after they've bought it, that kind of thing. It will be visible. So you want to make sure that you're not degrading or deteriorating your own rate parity as you go into that process. The other thing you need to be aware of is that there are a lot of hotels that can offer a special rate. So I had to make these really small. Don't worry about trying to read it. You'll understand the point here in just a moment. But when I did that search for Miami Beach, I came up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, but we're not done yet. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 pages on TripAdvisor where I was scrolling down one page at a time of hotels that had a special TripAdvisor Plus rate. Now, do you think that all of those hotels were offering TripAdvisor special rates? Probably not. And so this does raise another concern, being that if TripAdvisor is not getting a special rate from you, they could be getting it from somewhere else. And we already know, they've already stated that yes, they will be able to pull inventory rates and availability from wholesalers out there who may be able to give them much lower rates than what you would otherwise be offering. So be aware that that could be a rate parity problem. Also be aware that, again, there's 9 pages of these things. That does erode a little bit from some of the value, really, of TripAdvisor when you think about it. Where as a consumer, yes, I want a good deal, but really the reason I went to TripAdvisor was to make sure I got a good hotel. And so it's become a little bit more focused on the best value, which it certainly is important, as opposed to the travel ranked order and the best property out there. So just being aware of that. So let's talk about some of the pros and cons. Pros. First and foremost, right audience at right time. We know that we've got travelers out there who are just ready to go. I'm myself included. I'm one of them. And if we look at spring breakers in Miami here just in these past couple of weeks, we've all seen it on TV. Boy, they're ready. Right? Now, that can be good, that can be bad. That's another discussion to have at a later time. But it's our reality, right? People are ready to travel. And of course, they're looking for a good deal. We'll talk just a moment about how that fits into the travel or to the marketing funnel and how this all comes into that picture. But first, I want to focus on also the fact that there is no last room availability. So you do not have to guarantee them that as long as you're available, that they'll be able to get the rate. Okay, so you have the ability to control that, at least in terms of what you are sending them. That doesn't mean that wholesalers have to play by the same rules, right? So again, being aware of that. It does not cost a commission. You do not have to pay a travel agency commission on these. That can be very important. And what they're doing, TripAdvisor, is passing that discount on to the consumer effectively. So now, especially if you're an independent hotel and your travel agency commissions were as much as 15, 20%, this can be a really good deal for you. Rather than paying the online travel agency that discount or that commission, just allow the consumer to get that. The hotel gets the guest data. So very important as part of our marketing efforts, especially right now. We want to be able to make sure that if somebody's coming to our hotel, that we can wrap our arms around them for that pre and post stay marketing, especially the ability to give them some comfort factor, knowing that you are taking COVID precautions, letting them know what's going on in the area. Are the restaurants open? Are the bars open? Are the attractions open? Whatever it may be, getting that guest data is so very important as part of that scenario. You've got to be able to get that. And last but not least, it's good for the consumer. The consumer does have the opportunity now where they can go out, get a really good deal, and that relates then to this next slide, and that is what we call the marketing funnel. So when we talk about a marketing funnel, there's really 3 levels to it. At the top, you've got prospecting. So that's where I'm looking for people who, Dean likes long walks on the beach in Key West in the month of September. Okay, so he has that criteria. He fits that demographic, and I want to market to him, even though he has never said at any point in time that he was planning to do this. By way of comparison, we have the middle part of the funnel, which is called driving intent. So this means that, hey, Dean has started thinking about going to that long walk on the beach in Miami or Key West or whatever it may be. And so now I kind of have that intent. Now I've got that idea that, yeah, I want to do this. And so now it's a little bit about helping drive that home to get to this direct response level at the bottom of the funnel where, okay, I've already decided I'm going to go. I may even know where I want to stay. And now it's just a matter of how am I booking that reservation. Well, the TripAdvisor Plus program falls into that middle part, driving intent. And the reason I say that is, well, they paid $99. So at that stage where you pay $99 to be a part of this program, you're saying not just to TripAdvisor and us as marketers, but even saying to yourself for that matter that, hey, I intend to do something with this. So these are qualified travelers who have effectively said, I am planning to travel. It's just a question of where or when. Okay? So having said that, we also need to think about what are some of the cons. One of the first ones is that there are GDS connectivity fees. In an effort to get this program out quickly, they set it up so that it could be done by way of connecting through the GDS systems, global distribution systems. That was a quick and easy way of doing it. And I understand, I agree with their approach to that because that's fastest speed to market. But there are expensive fees going with that. I don't see that as being a deal breaker, though, because I'm confident that that's something that can be easily overcome. There are other programs out there that can be used for connectivity and for distributing that rates and availability. Second one, the cost of the discount and added amenities. Don't forget, you've got to offer a discount. Yeah, there's no commission, but I do have to discount my rate, and I have to offer the guest an amenity. Okay, that could have a cost that goes with it, whether it's a free breakfast. The way that I recommend handling that is, especially if you're a luxury property that has a gift shop or something like that, find some of those little trinkets that you sell for $20, and but they only cost you $2, and use those as a daily amenity. The third one, now this is kind of a big one for me. No link off to the hotel page. Why is that important? Well, because not all of these people are converting. Let's assume they've got a 5% conversion rate. Well, that means that 95% of the people didn't book a reservation, and they're still shopping. They're still in that process of figuring out where they want to go. Well, without having that first party cookie, I cannot remarket to them. I cannot try to recapture that and put banner ads in front of them, for example, that will remind them of, hey, here's my hotel, making the special offers and things like that. That is such a powerful form of advertising. We know that it works effectively. And without getting that first party cookie, you don't have that opportunity. Next part here, ripe for abuse by wholesalers. I touched on this a little bit earlier, and we do see a possibility that that could become troublesome with wholesalers dumping off room inventory in there to have the lower rates. And then last but not least, it does shift the consumer focus from best hotel in the market to best deal in the market. Again, of course, yes, travelers want to get best deal, but TripAdvisor has always been known for that site that you go to because you're trying to find the best hotel and get the quality stay, not necessarily the cheapest stay. All right, so that concludes our presentation for today. I hope you did find that useful. Again, my name is Dean Schmidt. I would love to help you out and talk about this in more detail. If you do want to contact us, reach out at info@basecampmeta.com, and we hope you have a good day. Thank you.